So I was thinking about why it's so hard to understand healing and wrap our minds around the truth that the body only knows healing and that it speaks no other language. And what came to me was the sentence basically that people would rather have an answer than a truth, because truth holds too much mystery, too much of the infinite, for our intellect to find comfort within that. So what that looks like in medicine is we would rather have somebody point towards a lab value and tell us that's why we feel the way we feel, than to take ownership and say, we don't know exactly why you feel the way that you feel, but here are the areas that you need to go investigate. These are the things that can interface with your physiology, with regards to inputs, physical inputs. These are the things that can interface with your physiology with regards to emotions and relationships. And then these are the inputs that can alter your physiology and get the same outcome in how you feel with regards to your neurology, your psychology, your habitual patterns, and your constant thinking cycles that are mostly within your control. And so when you can point at something, again, you can go attack it, you can go try to fix it, you can, plug and chug. We've heard that before. If you've got low iron, take iron. If you've got low magnesium, take magnesium. When that's not at all how the body works. The body is so much more complex, so much more magnificent than something as simplistic as that. But for the human mind, for the human desire to feel comfort through knowing, the other fits perfectly. This app fits perfectly. A million different experts in a million different things with a million different right answers fits perfectly. But we're not getting the results that we're getting. We're not getting the peace within the beliefs that we want to have, because it's all synthetic. And a right answer is not the same thing as a true answer. I've gone into that before. But the other thing too is, would you rather have the fake comfort of a bunch of answers or the discomfort of a truth? And when you really go into that question on your own, really dig into what that does in you, what that does in your mind, what that does in your heart, what that does in your body, and get honest with yourself, because to change, you actually have to see the truth about what's going on. And it's not that your lab values are off. That is a demonstration of how your body is compensating to keep you alive, in the simplest way to explain that. So if you're pointing at those things as those are the cause, that's not true. Just like if you're pointing at, your inability to digest food as the cause, that's not the cause. That's also a side effect. But these are these really easy things to sell and really great answers, right, to questions. But one question doesn't hold the totality of a life. A simple perspective doesn't hold the complexity of the entire truth of a life. And that's what you have to consider. So think about this. Would you rather just constantly consume and gather answers? Or would you want the confrontation, the discomfort, the ownership of a truth? And what would that look like with regards to your health and your healing and what you want to believe in? Because I feel like with this message, so many people want to believe it, but we're not living in a way that will reflect that to our nervous system, to our even the way that we learn through living. We're not living it. We're thinking about these things and living in a direct contrast to those things that we say that we want to believe. And so those are two conflicting things, and that's not going to saturate you like it would if you were living in accordance with a belief. So think about that. Are you just gathering answers here on this app? Or are you truly seeking a truth? And are you willing to give up the comfort of a million answers for one truth that will change your life? And then how would you go about not only the accumulation or the search of that, but the living embodiment of the experiencing of that? Think about all of these different things. It's not something outside of you. It's not just one lab value. It's not just one relationship. It's not one trauma. It's not one thing that you have to go find. Your body is an active living demonstration of everything in this miraculous, beautiful, mysterious way? Can you let mystery be a component of truth? And if not, why not? And then where does that get you sucked in and stuck in all these very compelling sales tactics to give you every answer there could ever be for anything except for the truth and the totality of you and your life?